30 Years of Hedong, Fairy Tales of Jiangfu. Chapter 1, Waking Up from a Dream at the Age of 3, The Beginning of Doubts. On the day when Zhongling was 3 years old, the sky was slightly bright, and the sycamore leaves outside the window sounded softly in the wind. Xiao Zhongling woke up from a bizarre dream in a daze, and only a vague picture remained in his mind. In a quaint hall, the elder brother Zhang Xiansheng was wearing a green shirt, his back was straight, and there was cold and resolute hidden between his eyebrows and eyes. Zhongling rubbed his eyes, tilted his little head, and said in a childish voice, "Brother, what is like a dragon making trouble in the sky?" The brother next to him smiled and gently stroked his face. "I don't know, little guy." This unexplained sentence became the beginning of all the confusion and curiosity in Zhang Lingchu's childhood. Chapter 2 The Care of My Brother, The Warmth of Childhood. Zhang Xiansheng lost his parents since he was a child and shouldered the heavy responsibility of taking care of his younger brother. Whenever Zhang Lingchu missed a bowl of rice due to playing, his brother would hold him into his arms worriedly and gently rub his belly. "Brother, the nest is full." Xiao Zhang Lingchu smiled brightly, and his cheeks were round and immature. "It was the innocence that my brother cared for with all his might, like the warm sun in winter, dispelling the cold in his heart. Their world, although simple, is full of warmth." Chapter 3, Bad News Comes, Brothers Stand Together. One day, tragic news arrived. The parents were killed by a monster, and the Zhang residence was suddenly filled with cries of grief. Zhang Xiansheng couldn't wait to rush into the main courtyard of the Zhang mansion and kill those fake and sad Zhang family children one by one to pay for his parents' lives. But looking at little Zhang Lingchu and his younger brother Zhang Tangchu, who was less than a year old, still giggling on the small bed, and muttering a language that no one could understand, his heart softened. "They're too young, who can protect them?" Zhang Xiansheng muttered to himself in a low voice. A determined light flashed in his eyes. He picked up little Zhang Lingchu, wiped away his tears, and decided to swallow the bitterness. Chapter 4 Collecting Medicine for a Living. The years are like songs. The days were difficult. Zhang Xiansheng carried Zhang Lingchu on his back to collect medicine in the mountains and wilderness, and survived the severe cold and heat. Every night, he hummed old songs softly to lull his brother into sleep. Little Zhang Lingchu grew up in the warm embrace of his brother, and he always had an innocent smile on his face. They walked through the wind and rain together and witnessed the morning light together. Chapter 5 Minghua Immortal Venerable, The Blood is Not Extinguished. As time passed, Zhang Xiansheng cultivated himself into the immortal master Minghua and his reputation spread far and wide. However, no matter how high the fairy realm is, he is still the brother who will get up in the middle of the night to tuck his brother's quilt. He traveled thousands of miles just to give his brother a wild mountain flower. The bonds of blood are deep and tenacious. Chapter 6 The young man is proud and moves forward hand in hand. Zhang Lingchu grew from a little boy into a proud young man, handsome and resolute. The two brothers support each other and work together to face the challenges of fate. There is no one in the world who can replace their intimacy. Chapter 7, A Hidden Conspiracy, A Family Secret. Just when the two brothers thought they were calm, a conspiracy within the Zhang mansion quietly emerged. It turned out that the death of his parents was not caused by the demon beast, but a bloody conspiracy of power struggle within the family. Zhang Xiansheng and Zhang Lingchu must unravel the fog, find the truth, and protect the glory of the family. Chapter 8 The Resurgence of the Storm, The Trial of Youthful Growth. Zhang Lingchu shouldered the heavy responsibility of the family's future and began his cultivation and experience. Under the guidance of his elder brother, he learned swordsmanship, medical skills, and strategy, and gradually transformed into a generation of young heroes. Along the way, he meets a variety of characters, from loyal companions to cunning enemies. underscore 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 un. Chapter 9 Brotherly Love, Light in Adversity. The elder brother and the younger brother support each other in the wind and rain, and they are each other's strongest support. Zhang Xuanshen's teachings and protection gave Zhang Lingchu fearless courage. The two join hands to fight against the dark forces from inside and outside the family. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 10 The Battle to Break the Tide and Protect the Future. Finally, Zhang Lingchu and Zhang Xiansheng teamed up to expose the family conspiracy and clean up the black sheep. They used their wisdom and courage to revive the prestige of the Zhang mansion and protect the future of the family. Don't bully young people into poverty, this sentence has become their lifelong belief. Underscore 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 un. Epilogue, 30 years of mutual support. Time flows like a river, 30 years in the east, 30 years in the west. The two brothers, Zhang Xiansheng and Zhang Lingchu, used their blood and friendship to write their own legends. They are the most solid support in each other's lives, and no matter how the wind and rain change, this bond will never fade. Chapter 11 The night falls and the stars sink, the man in the fate election. Zhang Ling was 15 years old at the beginning, and finally entered the Tianxian Academy, which was the pinnacle of the entire cultivation realm, where geniuses gathered and strength was respected. As soon as he entered the palace, he was involved in a secret realm battle around the Star Hell Heavenly Monument. And this heavenly monument actually has an abnormal sense of him, and seems to be able to read his heart. That night, the starlight fell, the inscription spontaneously combusted, and 9 ancient symbols appeared, and the only one who could read its meaning was Zhang Lingchu. In front of everyone's eyes, he opened the Heavenly Destiny trial in the Star Prison. Chapter 12 Trial of Destiny, Breaking Up with Brother. In the world of trials, Zhang Ling first saw the fear in his subconscious. It is the back of the elder brother, walking alone in the wind and snow, walking away step by step, and there is no tenderness on his face but indifference and determination. You're just a burden to me, go early. Zhang Xiansheng in the illusion said. Zhang Lingchu almost believed it. In that frozen world, he questioned for the first time whether he was. It's always just a brother's tie? When the trial came back, he was silent. Zhang Xiansheng felt his alienation, but he didn't say anything, only stuffed a soul protection bead into him, and said lightly, if there is danger, crush it. Chapter 13 Star Demon Present, True and False Brothers. The inside of the school palace suddenly changed, and the Star Demon Doom pupil Luo, which had been sleeping for thousands of years, broke out of the seal using illusions and puppets to control the students, intending to seize the core of the Star Prison. Zhang Lingchu almost fell into a fantasy and lost his mind. Just as everyone was running for their lives, the only one standing in front of him was Zhang Xiansheng. One man and one sword, against the Star Demon. Even if the demonic qi in his body was devoured and the Yuan Shen was torn, Zhang Xiansheng did not take half a step back. After that bloody battle, Zhang Lingchu finally understood. It's not that my brother doesn't speak, but he keeps the most dangerous things to himself, and I just hope that he can never worry about it. Chapter 14 Above the Radiant Light, Rebirth and Inheritance. The Star Demon was sealed, the academy was destroyed, and the elders of various sects nominated Zhang Lingchu as the new Xianguang messenger, who controlled the key to Tianxian and carried the future trend of the star veins. However, Zhang Xiansheng lost his memory in the backlash of the evil spirit, and wandered in the southern wilderness under an assumed name. The younger brother inherits the star position, and the older brother loses his past. Chapter 15 Amnesia Reunites, Another Choice. 3 years later, Zhang Lingchu led the Xinggui to reorganize the order of each sect and rebuild the school palace. During a frontier battle, he met a black-robed cultivator whose swordsmanship was the same as that of his brother, but he had no impression of him. Who are you? My name is Yun Wian. The man in black robe smiled coldly, his eyes empty. Zhang Lingchu smiled and muttered, do you remember what my name is? The other shook his head. Zhang Lingchu took him back to his palace, played the piano and made tea every night, and told stories from the past, tirelessly. Finally, in the early morning of a heavy snowfall, Yun Wian shouted in his dream, Lingchu, cover the quilt. Zhang Lingchu smiled and cried. Chapter 16 Heaven and Earth Change, The Last Choice. The star hell trembles, and a god from ancient times, He Zhehenjian, awakens from the void, and he is the root of the fate of the two brothers. It turns out that they are all descendants of stargazers, with immortal veins flowing in their bodies, and they are born with the ability to record fate and rewrite fate. He wanted to seize their star veins and reshape the way of heaven, forcing the two into a desperate situation. At the critical moment, Zhang Xiansheng recovered his memory, and with his star soul as a guide, he sealed Zhuhengjian into the monument outside the sky and sank the sea of stars with him. He smiled back and said in a gentle tone, "I can't protect you anymore, and in the future, go your way." Epilogue: the galaxy is long and bright, and the brothers are not destroyed. Zhang Lingchu hung his brother's sword on the top of the Star Palace and personally offered wine on the day of his brother's deification every year. He has gone from an ignorant child to a star king of the boundary. He still remembers the words in his dream when he was 3 years old. 30 years in the east, 30 years in the west. Don't despise the young because they are poor. And he knew that what really made this sentence true was not fate, star position, or bloodline. It's the brother who once carried him through the mud and tucked the quilt for him in the middle of the night. The one who will never be replaced, the elder brother.